Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome from the Broadfield Stadium, where in just a couple of hours there will be a vital Sky Bet League 2 fixture here behind us on the pitch between Crawley Town and Carlisle United. I will be providing full match commentary, as always, with my summariser, regular home match summariser, Tony Vesey, who joins me now. Tony, thanks for taking the time to come and join us early today. We can't dress it up anymore, really. Crawley are in a difficult position now, finding themselves, after last week's results, in the relegation zone.
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. It's certainly looking a tough run into the end of the season. 17 games to go. Tough game today against Carlisle, who are third in that promotion place. 3 away games to come on the spin. So points are vital, I think, today.
And it really is fine margins, isn't it, Tony? We talk to Scott about it every week. We talk about it within the commentary. They're not losing games by big margins. Stockport was a 2-1 defeat. Leyton Orient was a 1-0 defeat last week. And to lose only 1-0 at the hands of the league leaders was not a bad performance, because all the time it's only one goal. You still think you're in with a chance.
Yeah, you're always in the game when it's only one goal, even if it's 2-0. As we found here, sometimes you're 2-0 up, but it doesn't mean to say the game's over. So yeah, we're not getting crashed every week. 3-4 goals. We're keeping ourselves in the game. We're just perhaps not having that little bit of luck, perhaps from time to time, to get ourselves back on level terms. And hopefully it'll come. We've got 17 games to get it right, and we need to start quickly.
Are Crawley making it hard for themselves, though, Tony? Because when you look back over the last few home games, 2 goals conceded in the last 4 home games, and early goals also in the second half of some recent games as well. If you give a side 2 goals down here, and you've got to get at least 2 to get a point, and 3 goals to get a win, and the early goals they're giving away, Crewe, we saw them do it, Orient last week, we saw Gillingham do it as well, Stockport did it when we went up there. Crawley's sort of making a rod for their own back, aren't they?
Yeah, we seem to, certainly since Scott's taken over, we seem to be great for 45 minutes, and then we go in at half time and flick the switch, and then we're not very good in the second half, and teams get back in the game, or as you've been saying, score early in the second half, and then we're continually chasing the game, which then puts you under pressure because you're always liable to concede on the counter-attack. So we need to get playing for 70, 80 minutes instead of 45, and as I keep saying, we need to do it quickly.
You're a veteran of many, many games, Tony. We've mentioned it before in commentary. Crawley have 4 games in hand on some of their rivals around them. For you as a former player, would you rather have those games in hand or the points already on the board?
Definitely points already on the board, and let them be chasing you. We've got 4 games in hand. We're 4 or 5 points in front of Rochdale and only 1 behind Hartlepool. Still got to play both teams as well. So, with 4 games in hand, still to play those 2 teams. If we don't get ourselves out of it, then perhaps we don't deserve to stay up.
Just finally, Tony, moving away from the game here this afternoon. This week we said goodbye to the passing of a broadcasting legend in John Motson. And for our generation, I was trying to talk to some people this week, for our generation, he was really the voice of Saturday night football, wasn't he?
Yeah, you didn't have Sky in those days, and it was a few matches on a Saturday night, and then ITV had a few highlight games on the Sunday afternoon, back when there was only 4 channels and you had to get up to turn over, those kind of days. And he was that, he was football commentary, unbelievable stats. I was watching BBC yesterday, and Mark Lawrenson was on saying, he had a bit of cardboard, similar to yourself, Gary, actually, with all the loads of stats on, and his preparation before games was phenomenal. So yeah, it'll be sadly missed, and legend is a word often used, but certainly applies to Motti.
He was the person that I always aspired to be, with a commentary over the park with friends, or in the playground at school or anything like that. He was the person that you wanted to be, and I feel like I should have worn a sheepskin coat or something today in a bit of a tribute, because that is an iconic image, isn't it, as well, of him standing in the snow at Wycombe Wanderers, still ready to go for an FA Cup tie.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, was just missing the snow and the blizzard, but that was typical of him. He was always there. You knew what was coming on a Saturday night. You'd get great commentary, you'd get great stats, and create a great atmosphere, even when perhaps the game didn't match the commentary.
Well, there you go. Well, thanks to Tony, as always. He'll be with me this afternoon from 10 to 3 for full match commentary of this Sky Bet League 2 fixture between Crawley Town and Carlisle United. It's on the iFollow service. If you get on the Crawley Town website, you'll be able to find all the details. And if you can't do that this afternoon, then make sure you tune in to BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey from 2 o'clock this afternoon, because Tony and I will have all the team news, the previews and the updates throughout the course of the afternoon on this vital Sky Bet League 2 fixture between Crawley Town and Carlisle United, live here at the Broadfield Stadium.